Let's talk bow hunting. For many people, it's one of the purest and most ethical ways you can hunt. You need to square off with an animal on a much more personal level. There is almost zero meat wastage, and ongoing studies in Finland are now suggesting that bar an instant kill, an animal shot with an arrow is not in as much pain. Which I guess makes sense, right? Nice clean cut rather than smashing, tearing and exploding. Why in the world am I banging on about this stuff you probably already know? Well, if you're watching this episode from a country where you can pick up your bow and just go hunting, public land or not, count yourself lucky. Today's episode we're heading to Latvia and we'll be setting a world first, at least in modern times anyway. I was lucky enough to get invited along to come to be the first person to legally shoot a deer with a bow in Latvia. However, this whole episode requires you to understand the context around bow hunting in Europe. So let's take a look at the situation and I'll show you how lucky you are. Let's take a look at Europe. Do you want to see the places you can or can't bow hunt first? You didn't really have a choice. Let's get the gloom out of the way first and show the countries where bow hunting is illegal. That's right, a huge 19 countries you cannot bow hunt in, 20 if you count Iceland. Why, you ask? Nothing but silly politics, and worse than that, feelings, not facts. I live in Sweden, and here even a lot of uneducated rifle hunters are against it. They do not understand modern bow hunting and think it belongs in the dark ages. They love it when I point out that gunpowder technology has been around a lot longer than any compound bow or carbon shaft. So there are 16 countries you can bow hunt in. Some of them have restrictions. For instance, in Estonia, you can only hunt small game with a bow. In Finland, there are size restrictions on species, and you cannot hunt moose or bear. In Slovakia, all bow hunting must be carried out in a fenced area, and this is where we get to Latvia. Long story short, the law was clarified last year that if an animal is in a fenced area, then it's not covered by the hunting regulations. And we have ourselves a loophole, one that I jumped at, in the hope that this is the first stepping stone for the country to open bow hunting up completely. I mean, if I can shoot a red deer with a bow and it dies quickly and efficiently, what more evidence do they need? I'm always straight up and honest with my hunting, so yes, this is in a fenced area. Do I enjoy that? Yeah, I do. Not as much as wild hunting though, but again, remember, not everyone is that lucky. Another upside is that it offers a great place for a novice or new people to come and bow hunt. It's a very controlled environment, and if a bad shot were to happen, we have very high odds of a successful recovery. So here we are in Latvia with Jānis. We did not need to wait long to get into the action.
I came from the mud, there's dirt on my hands. Strong like a tree, there's roots where I stand. Oh, I've been running from the law. Hope they won't shoot me down soon.
As mentioned, we lucked out and got in the action very fast. I basically had enough time to check I could draw in the tower and switch to a dark hoodie to help blend into the shadows. And then, their deer showed up. fast. I don't know where it went, but we go and have a look soon. A complete pass through. Yeah, I'm shaking. Holy smokes. But I learned a long time ago not to celebrate too early. We'll give him some time now, and I think he'll be just over here somewhere, to be honest. So, yeah, cool. Whew. Yeah. Got bubbles. Go and see. There's blood splattered on here too, look. Oh, there he is. He's dead. Look, just there.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, can't believe that. Saturday I smoked a big fallow deer. And just now, like, we've been in the stand only about an hour and they came in here. This is where the arrow was found here, and I can just see him crashed out over there. That's, wait, I think I got the rangefinder on me still. I'm gonna guess 60 meters, and you know, seconds he's over. Yeah, 70 yards exactly from the over here, which is about 60 meters. So yeah, let's go and check him out anyway, but that's crazy. Ooh. Oh my lord.
Nice shot.
Ay, 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 ay. Oh, that's a solid hit. I always get a bit emotional from going through it, like, you know, nearly 3 years now bow hunting without getting any antlers, and then getting 2 nice sets back to back is just unbelievable. And I mean, I think we waited, because I was sure of the shot. I think we waited a minute to get out of the stand, right, Giannis, something like that, and by the time we got down he was already expired. So, you know, it's really important that, especially Europeans, you guys watching this, realize how effective bow hunting is. It gets a bad rap in a lot of places, and a misplaced shot is just as bad with a rifle as it is with an arrow. It's exactly the same. So, Giannis, thank you very much, man.
Okay. Congratulations. Very nice deer. Probably bronze or silver antlers. We will measure in the evening. And perfect shot.
Yeah.
So congratulations again.
Thank you very much. And yeah, this is the first legal red deer taken with a bow in Latvia. The first legal deer of any species taken in Latvia with a bow. So it's an absolute privilege, and it's you know, a really positive move for European bow hunters. You know, we have a great point here to show how ethical bow hunting is and how fast, especially the bigger animals, drop down. The next morning, I was off on a mission. I was determined to get one stalking, and I also wanted to see exactly how wild these animals were. Did I just get lucky? Was yesterday too easy? Or just good luck? The further in we get, the more sign we start to see, and it's fairly obvious that we're getting closer to the action. It is nearing the peak of the rut here, and I seem to have timed my trip perfectly. The property is about 90% forest, and after about an hour's stalking, we finally lay our eyes on an animal. However, he's already clocked us first. We tried stalking for 5 hours straight that day, and this is how it would always end up. They would always spot us first, and then they would never let us get close.
It's the last morning. It's still about 40 minutes till sunrise. I'm here now in the hunting area and gonna try my luck by myself. Yana said you can hear them roaring, it's accelerating. But Jana's had to take off last night, so he's lucky enough to trust me by myself in here today, which is cool. And I'll catch up with him later in the morning. Isn't that crazy? Alright, let's do this.
The morning started out great, and there was plenty of activity around. There was no doubt at all that the rut was now well and truly underway.
Man, they've been moving a lot today, and I've just been trying to cut them off, so it's really been really hard to film because they have to move so fast, you know. I think it sounds like there's another one just behind me here, so I might go and give that a look. But I heard some fighting before and stuff. It's pretty cool. So we just have to see how we go now. I think that'll be some fun stalking. I'm going to try that.
In a long series of twisted events, where as mentioned, it was hard to get the camera out in time, I managed to track that roaring deer down to here. Well, follow him. He was constantly on the move. I thought I might finally get a shot opportunity. However, maybe he smelled me because he randomly decided to head back in the direction he'd come from. But you're never gonna believe what happens next.
So close to nailing a big one then. Just couldn't get a shot, and then just check the wind. I think they got there's like no wind at all, but look, check this out. Yeah, straight at them, so. I think they just got a little whiff of it and it's all over. I can hear him down there still. In the woods. If I had a bit more time, I think I'd probably wait here, but I gotta go back now. Oops, I found him. If I had a bit more time, I think I'd wait, but I gotta go back now for breakfast, I think. Yeah, time to go back. So, oh, hang on, here comes one. goes, oh dude, it's incredible. I was just like, oh, I'm gonna go. I sunk it up to the fletchings, and it's maybe a little high actually. He was a lot closer than I thought he was. But he's just over there. I'm gonna sneak over and go and have a look. I mean, I haven't gone far, but I can't see him. I feel a bit sick actually. I saw a lot of blood coming out of him when he was leaving, but I think the arrow's about high. So we see what happens here. But yeah, buried up to the fletchings. See what happens. So literally where I just left the camera, I found some blood. It's got bubbles in it, which makes me feel a bit better about things. See what happens. I've left the blood here and I'm going to mark it and see if I can just track it and find anything else.
I don't know what you guys like to do, but I always like to mark my blood trail out. It gives me a quick visual indication which direction the animal's heading, and it's easy to locate the last bit of sign.
So we're just tracking the blood, and I need to feel sick. He's dead just there, like just over this crest. I didn't hear a crash or anything. Real strange. So I'll show you. So on the way, YouTube and everyone else, this next part is educational. For me, as a new bow hunter, I need to learn from everything. Let's go and have a look at the shot. I think it was a bit high. It's down really fast. The blood trail's pretty good, and he's just piled up over there. So again, you know, he died really fast. Which I'm so thankful. I was feeling sick to my tummy, just at the thought that it might have been a bad shot. I get a little bit emotional sometimes, so let's go and look at the blood trail so other people can see too, you know, like there's such a big animal. It's not the biggest blood trail, but I was starting to peg it out. You'll see the sticks are sticking in the ground just to start tracking it. And I say it had bubbles in it. Yeah, I see him over there. Right, let's go and take a look. At this point now, I was like, okay, he's really starting to bleed. It's a bit more painted. I don't think I need to show you guys any more of the blood trail, because then it probably is glorifying it. But yeah, you know, again, from the first blood I found there could be other stuff in the forest, but I just happened to be where I parked up actually with the camera. He's probably run, being fair, 110 meters. I think you guys saw him take off, so it's still not really that far, and he was dead before we got there. So I had to go and have a look.
Wow. Oh man, I get... Holy smokes, look at the size of this. Right, gotta give Giannis a ring now. So yeah, what an incredible morning. I just recap everything again because it was a bit of a blur, but you guys saw I was just packing up for breakfast, and then I heard some twigs snap, and this big monster was coming straight up the path to me. And yeah, well, the rest is history. I I thought the shot was a bit high, and it is a bit high, but luckily it got lungs and I'm not sure what else in there. And like I say, before I even found him, he was down. So but yeah, I was feeling a little bit sick to start with. It's never nice thinking you made a bad shot. And he was hard quartering too, and I tried to tuck it actually just kind of inside his shoulder here, but it I have to look at the footage. Maybe he ducked down because it's kind of in line, but it's a bit too high, so we see what happens. But I don't think I ever shoot a beautiful animal as big as this again in my life. This is crazy. Janis, thanks so much, mate.
Yes, congratulations. And last your day in our forest, so you get, I'm sure this is gold medal for you.
Probably, yeah, so yeah, crazy times. I can't recommend it enough. Again, just a recap, you know, bow hunting's a bit 50-50 in Europe. Depends which country you're in, whether it's legal or not. It's just been legalized in Latvia, so this is the second deer taken that we know of anyway, under the new law changes, so law clarifications I should say. Yeah, and what an absolute stunner of a stag. So yeah, thanks for watching everybody. Cheers. There we have it, folks. I realize it's not everyone's cup of tea, but I hope you have at least come away with a better understanding as to why a fenced area like this is important in Europe. After seeing how wild the deer are firsthand, I came away feeling really content. If this or any other bow hunting trips interest you, please get in contact with Miller's Bow Hunting. We'll see you next time.